Aloha! I'm Sila, and as usual, let's listen to ourselves first and otherwise only incorporate what resonates. In this episode of Energy Centers, I aim to cover the color and the vibrational quality of orange, the center of sexuality with the syllable mu. And as sexuality is a base element of our physical reality and this dimension, there is basically some sexual interaction that we engage in all moments going on, or there's always something to feel for or to validate. And since we are going again into some theories and details about the energy centers, I want to remind you and myself that it's again important to be aware and to be directing of ourselves in all moments, to be noticing, to be holding appreciation and acknowledging what we are doing, and of course of being grounded in this physical universe and on this earth. For most of us, of course. Now, mu, or orange, is located, let me see, I think somewhere here, yeah? In the spine, usually. It rotates in a clockwise direction and outwardly, so when connecting with another individual, physically manifest, we usually connect first through our orange projection and to their orange projection of energy. But all the other colors are intertwined and intermingled always anyway. Now, mu maybe, well, we may align our orange energy center, of course, by imagining its rotation and spin, perhaps meditating on the meaning of sexuality in the widest sense, accepting beliefs regarding sexuality or relationships or even spirituality, well, any kind of beliefs really that are affecting us in our sexuality. There are natural elements and minerals featuring this color of orange. I have here one example, which is an orchid calcite, similar to an orange calcite or a fire calcite. I'm not even sure what the difference is, but you may also use amber or other minerals that are featuring this orange vibrational quality. And otherwise, there are many orange flowers. There is, of course, fire featuring orange. There are all kinds of oranges, as you know from this name. So fruits and juice may also be incorporated to remind us of a natural vibration. And I want to say, yeah, let me breathe again a bit deeply. Whew. Mu. Oh. Yeah, so sexuality in the widest sense. Let me first go through what is governed by orange. In the last episode of Energy Centers with Lo, I covered the genitals, and here I want to state that orange is kind of governing the functioning of the genitals, except for the pole. Orange governs all bodily fluids except blood. That is governed by green. Orange governs, well, our sexual desire, functioning, orientation, all kinds of activity that we engage sexually. And as you may know or recall, we may engage every element of our reality in a sexual manner, or there is a sexual component to all interaction, to all relationships, even if they are quite platonic or maybe somewhat neutral or cold or whatever. There is always a sexual component. So orange governs otherwise, let me see, the adrenal glands. I'm not quite sure where they are located. Well, anyway, the bladder, the kidneys, the skin, of course. Orange governs the skin. And what else? Orange governs life-giving. It also governs, well, it is a very connecting color. It governs, let me see. I actually prepared some notes, but they are gone. Well, I will link in the description or to some overview, and whatever I missed or forgot here, I will also complete there. Anyway, let me talk a bit about this orientation stuff, because what I'm realizing, and perhaps this is a bit much colored by my beliefs, is that there's also a relationship between all elements of consciousness and of this in this physical reality. And what this means is there is also a kind of a sexual relationship between my masculine and feminine side, or intellect and intuition, you know, and so on and so on. And also there, of course, we can look to how are we directing their interaction, how are we balancing it, and so on, what is communicated between them. But anyway, what I mean to say is orange is quite influencing of our sexual orientation, which also means how our objective and how our subjective consciousness or awareness do interact, or how are they harmonizing specifically. Now, I don't want to go too deeply in this video into orientations, but suffice to say there are 3 orientations as a kind of categorization: common, soft, and intermediate. And I'm soft, so I kind of know that there are many struggles with people that are not of common orientation, and it's important to acknowledge our sexual needs in the widest sense, since sex or sexual activity in the classical sense isn't always really the most feasible or practical answer, or it's not necessarily always what brings us back into harmony within ourselves. So as far as I understand it, when I am engaging actions with much passion and dedication, I'm also a bit fine-tuning my orange, you know, like I get some kind of, oh yeah, the sense of touch is also governed to some degree by orange, since it connects with skin, and we connect through skin with, well, perhaps all of our reality. But when I engage something quite passionately, then I'm getting some kind of satisfaction out of that. I'm becoming soft again, so to speak. I'm becoming, let me say, less frustrated. I'm realizing what I'm doing exactly with my energy and with my attention. So when spinning orange, or thinking about or accessing what is orange doing, remember orange is between the energy centers of, yeah, there they are, red and yellow, and it is kind of 2 or 3 fingers, depends on each individual below the navel. So there's always some interaction between those centers. And orange, in a manner of speaking, maybe quite influenced or at times even hindered by what emotions we hold or how grounded we are, how relaxed, and so on and so on. That being said, we may envision orange spinning in harmony with these other centers and also with green and the upper ones. And if we include the upper ones, but first we have to start with the lower ones. If we include the upper ones into this harmony and alignment of orange, we may be quite in union with all that is, or all of our physical universe. And that may also be a very long-lasting, or rather uncomplicated relationship or sexual interaction. Now remember, everything that we touch in this physical focus, with our energy, with our body, with our attention, we are engaging that sexually, and vice versa. We are always engaged through energy and through, well, what or whoever engages us in our orange center. So there's always something going on that might be interesting to identify or feel for, or to simply enjoy. And that being said, we may of course be rather gentle in our approach, in how we are interacting with each other. And oh, I forgot, since orange is also governing parenting or relationships in general, there's something about a strong bond between you and those around you that you are close to, that also is fundamentally well, active, or it's there in orange first. So, or maybe not first, but orange might be a primarily expression of that. And we may always feel what we are doing with orange in those kind of relationships, when we are kind of feeling maybe a blockage, or maybe there's a spike or a burst. This might be quite interesting to many of us, and let me say, we can have a lot of pleasure, of course, by incorporating orange into our creativity, into our actions. And it doesn't have to be what we may consider conventionally a sexual context. We may quite literally boost our creative output and input through this incorporation of the color orange. And well, I appreciate you watching this video. Please feel free to give me some feedback. I might do some shorter videos in the future, but these ones are they are kind of important for me to get everything out. And so I recognize, yeah, I might cut them in the future, but with this educational interest or intent, I'm rather okay with making it more compact. So, well,